Hey guys, it's E.A. Koetting, and I want to teach you a simple way of creating your own banishing water. This water can be used for banishing your home, your temple. It can be used before rituals, after rituals. It can be used just as a clearing and cleansing for your home or the area that you're in. All you're going to need is salt, just simple table salt, and water. So just pour your water into a bowl. I'll usually fill the bowl about halfway with water. And then you want to put in a good amount of salt. And then give it a stir. Mix it together. In nearly every magical system that's ever existed, salt is used to absorb energy. It can be used physically to put on wounds, to pull the bacteria or the infection out of a wound. Similarly, salt pulls the infectious energy out of our lives, out of our environment, into the salt itself, and then dissipates it into the ether. The water serves its own purpose. Water, in almost every mythology and every system of magic and spirituality, water is connected directly with the ether, with the spirit, with the spiritual realms. So these two combined, even though it is so simple, simply salt and water combined, creates one of the most powerful forms of banishing water. Sure, you can add things to this if you wanted to use this if you wanted to hypercharge this, you could put in some yellow coloring. Yellow is the color of the sun, and sunlight is really great for banishing. And that's done in some different voodoo waters that are colored that way. And also, you could put a couple drops of cedar wood oil, or cedar oil. And my preference would be to take actual chips of cedar and to put it in the water and let it soak for 3 days in the sunlight. But you can also just add a few drops of cedar oil. But even without the cedar oil, even without any coloring, this is plenty powerful as it is. But the combination of the salt and the water is not what makes this banishing water. This is simply just salt water at this point. The final step is to hold your hands over the water. Now, some people like to stack their hands like this. Find which way is most comfortable, that you can feel like your hands are actually connecting to the energy of the salt water in the bowl. For me, this is it. This is perfect. Now, as you inhale, as you just naturally take your next breaths, imagine that all of the light that exists in reality is coming towards you, into your body, being pulled into your being through every pore in your skin. Inhale and pull this light into you. You want to get a few repetitions of this, take a few breaths, and feel that you are really pulling all of the light in existence into your body, and you're glowing with it. And now, once you do feel that you're glowing, and I can feel this as warmth in my hands, I can feel a lightness in my being, then you want to start channeling it into the water. Simply do this by imagining this light flowing out of your hands. See if you can feel the sensations of the light passing down your arms and out your hands and into the water. And with that, I could feel a very real energetic rush down my hands, and then I could feel a psychic substance separating from my hands and entering the water. Do this a few times, inhaling light from around you, exhaling it into the water through your hands. The impression you should get is that the water itself starts to glow. It starts to radiate with that light that you've pushed into it. And now, how to use this water. One way that you can use it, especially if you're feeling afflicted yourself, like your energy inside of your being needs to be cleared, first I would just dip your hands in it and give your hands a little wash in that water. You can trickle a little bit of it on your head if you like, and that actually clears your entire energetic system as the energy from that clearing comes down your body. Some people would like to anoint their pulses with this, and so you can get inside your wrists, elbows, on your neck. And again, just like I said about salt leaching out infection, you can feel this happening psychically, that just the salt sitting on my hands is leaching out any psychic infection in my body. Now, once I've cleared myself, I will then sprinkle this around the room, around the temple, and everywhere it falls, it's like drops of sunlight chasing away the shadows, chasing away any spirits that are not bound to you. So I have a lot of dark spirits in this temple, but they're bound to me and they're bound to objects in this temple. But any wandering spirits must now depart. Any spirits that are unwelcome must now go. And you see, I'm just giving a simple declaration of my will as I sprinkle this. Here's an important part. If you're going to do a full cleansing and clearing of your home with your own banishing water, make sure you drizzle a good amount of it over your thresholds of your doors and your windows as well, over your windowsills. These can be entrances that are used by spirits. And so that will block them. If they're not invited, they will not be allowed in your home. Also, make sure if you're doing a full clearing on your home with your banishing water, that you get the corners. There's a legend I learned in voodoo, a mythology of sorts, that the most nasty spirits will hide in the corners that you won't look in. And so make sure you get all the corners, the thresholds, the windowsills. I will sprinkle water when I'm cleansing my home onto the ceiling, onto all of the walls, and I'll cycle around my house until it just feels completely clear. You can make this anywhere that you're at, as long as you've got water and salt, and then your own imagination to be able to pull this light into yourself. At first, your first time making your own banishing water, it might feel like you're just imagining it. That's okay. Go with it. Each time that you do this, becomes stronger, more clear, more solid to you, until pretty quickly there's no doubt that what you're doing is very real, that your magic works. Go to becomealivinggod.com/protection magic right now to get your copy of the Protection Magic Spellbook, where you will find this and many other very useful, sometimes life-saving spells and rituals of protection.